Hello everyone and welcome back to EverlastCyber. In today's video, we'll be going through the CIA Triad. So this video will cover questions from the CIA Triad in cybersecurity. CIA Triad is confidentiality, integrity, and availability. These types of questions are suitable for candidates for the ISC2 CISSP, CCSP, or even the Certified in Cybersecurity certification. Knowing the type of questions that come based on confidentiality, integrity, and availability will also help you if you have exams under ISACA like the CISA and the CISM, and also the EC Council exams and CompTIA. The CIA Triad is a fundamental model in cybersecurity, and it represents the three main goals for protecting information. CIA stands for confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Confidentiality is keeping information private and secure so that only authorized people can access it. For instance, your password protects your email account so that strangers cannot read your messages. Integrity ensures that data is accurate and hasn't been tampered with. For instance, a hacker cannot secretly change your bank balance without you knowing. Availability makes sure that information and systems are accessible when needed. So, for instance, a website should not crash just because too many people are using it. If we're applying this to a simple analogy, just think of the CIA triad like protecting a diary. Confidentiality, in this case, would be a lock that will keep others from reading that diary. Integrity ensures that no one can erase or change your entries, while availability ensures that you can open the diary and write in it whenever you want. If any of these parts fails, for instance, if someone breaks the lock or alters your words or even steals the diary, then your security is compromised. Cybersecurity aims to prevent all three. Now we'll be going directly into the questions that covers confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Question 1. Which element of the CIA triad ensures that sensitive information is accessed only by authorized individuals? A. Availability. B. Integrity. C. Confidentiality. D. Authentication. Availability, just as we explained before, ensures that information is accessible when needed by authorized users. But based on the scenario we have in question, it wouldn't be the correct answer. Integrity ensures that information is accurate and hasn't been altered improperly. Confidentiality is the element that ensures that sensitive information is accessed only by authorized individuals and it is not disclosed to unauthorized parties. Authentication, while it is related, verifies identity. However, it is not one of the three core CIA triad elements. So, based on the explanation of the options, the correct answer would be option C. Confidentiality ensures that data is viewed or accessed by only those that have um, authority to view it. So it protects data from being viewed or accessed by those who shouldn't have access to it. Question 2. A file was altered by an unauthorized user without detection. Which CIA principle was violated? A. Confidentiality. B. Integrity. C. Availability. D. Non-repudiation. Based on this, so confidentiality would only apply if someone accessed the file without permission, but not if they changed it. In the scenario, it says that the file was altered by an unauthorized user. So that's not our answer. The integrity principle of the CIA triad ensures that data is accurate, trustworthy, and has not been altered by unauthorized users. In this scenario, since the file was modified without detection, the integrity has been compromised. The violation occurred because changes were made improperly and the system failed to detect or prevent the tampering. So integrity is our answer here, but let's take a look at options C and D as well. Availability would only apply if the file was deleted or made inaccessible, while non-repudiation ensures that actions can be traced to a specific user. But this is not part of the CIA triad. Based on the question, it asks which CIA principle was violated. So our answer is option B, integrity. Question 3. What is the primary purpose of data encryption in transits? A. Ensure availability. B. Improve performance. C. Protect confidentiality. D. Validate data accuracy. Encryption does not guarantee that data will be accessible. That's handled by redundancy and backups. Encryption adds a slight overhead, potentially slowing down performance and not improving it. So B is not our answer. In option C, the primary purpose of encrypting data in transit is to ensure confidentiality. This means that information will remain private and unreadable to unauthorized parties like hackers or eavesdroppers while being transmitted over networks. In option D, encryption doesn't verify correctness. Integrity checks does that. So based on the scenario we have, our answer would be option C. For instance, when you log into a website using HTTPS, encryption prevents hackers or attackers from stealing your password as it travels across the internet. So HTTPS is a secure version of HTTP, and it ensures that your data is encrypted while in transit. Question 4. Which of the following best protects the integrity of transmitted data? A. RAID 5. B. Digital signature. C. Symmetric encryption. D. Load balancing. RAID 5 generally protects against data loss due to disk failure, but it doesn't protect integrity during transmission. A digital signature is specifically designed to protect the integrity of transmitted data, and it does this by detecting tampering. So it uses cryptographic hashing to create a unique fingerprint of the data. If even one bit changes, the whole signature becomes invalid. Symmetric encryption ensures confidentiality. That means it ensures that the data stays private. However, it doesn't guarantee integrity on its own. Load balancing improves availability by distributing traffic, but it doesn't protect data integrity. With respect to the question, our answer would be option B. Digital signatures also verifies the sender's identity, and it ensures that the data came from a trusted source. Question 5. An attacker uses a DOS attack to flood a server with traffic. Which CIA component is under attack? A. Confidentiality. B. Integrity. C. Availability. D. Authentication. If we look at option A, this would not be the answer because the attack that is happening is not stealing data, it is only blocking access. Integrity also would not be the answer because the data is not being altered or tampered with. A denial of service attack overwhelms a system like a server with excessive traffic, making it unavailable to legitimate users. And this is a direct attack on the availability pillar of the CIA triad. Authentication would not be the answer in this case because the attack is not spoofing identities or bypassing login systems. So our answer here would be option C, availability. So if we take a look at the diagram we have here or the screenshots we have here, we can see the attacker computers or the bots sending malicious traffic. to the target server. This overwhelms the server, and before you know it, the server will get overheated and then it will go out of service, causing a service failure. So it will cause the website to crash. This can happen during, for instance, like a sale, something like a sale. So while genuine users are trying to access the website, bots are sending malicious traffic to overwhelm that server. At the end of the day, the website crashes. So this is a direct attack on the availability pillar of the CIA triad. Question 6. Which of the following is not typically associated with ensuring confidentiality? A. Hashing. B. Firewalls. C. Access control. D. Encryption. Hashing is used to ensure data integrity by creating a fixed size, unique fingerprint of data. Now, while hashing is cryptographic, its purpose is to detect changes and not to hide data. The question is asking which of the following is not typically associated with ensuring confidentiality. So we already know that hashing does not ensure confidentiality, it only detects changes. Firewalls controls network traffic to block unauthorized access. So it ensures confidentiality. It ensures that only authorized users are able to gain access into the network. Access control restricts data access to authorized users only. So by using passwords or permissions that have been set up, authorized users will be able to access the data that they want. Encryption scrambles data to keep it secret from unauthorized parties, and it uses protocols like AES and TLS. So, out of these options, the one that does not ensure confidentiality is option A, hashing. Hashing only verifies that data hasn't changed, so it has to do more with integrity and not confidentiality. Question 7. A security control verifies that financial transactions were not modified in transit. What is this control ensuring? A. Confidentiality. B. Integrity. C. Availability. D. Auditability. For this, we'll be going with option B. A security control that verifies financial transactions were not modified in transit is ensuring data integrity. This means that the data remains accurate, unaltered, and trustworthy from sender to receiver. There are various types of integrity controls, such as digital signatures, hash functions, and protocols like TLS SSL. It also includes integrity checks alongside encryption. We already know that confidentiality ensures that data is secret, availability ensures that data is accessible, auditability tracks who did what, but it doesn't prevent or modify data. So that's why our answer here is integrity. Question 8. What is the primary goal of redundancy and failover in system design? A. Confidentiality. B. Integrity. C. Availability. D. Authentication. For this one, our answer here would be availability. So the primary goal of redundancy and failover is to ensure high availability of systems and services, even during failures. These measures keeps systems running by adding backup components, that's extra servers or duplicate power supplies as the need arises. And it also ensures failover, that is automatically switching to a standby system if the primary one fails. So for instance, if a web server crashes, failover redirects traffic to a backup server, thereby minimizing downtime. This is critical for services like hospitals, banks, or cloud platforms. Question 9. Which of the following best practices preserves confidentiality? A. Parity checks. B. Two-factor authentication. C. RAID 1. D. Checksums. Parity checks are used for error detection, but it doesn't preserve confidentiality. Two-factor authentication adds an extra layer of security by requiring two forms of verification. So it can be either a password and an OTP, or other forms of authentication. This makes it much harder for unauthorized users to gain access, and it thereby preserves confidentiality. RAID 1 is used for data redundancy and to ensure availability, but it doesn't preserve confidentiality. While checksums helps to verify data integrity, but it doesn't prevent unauthorized access. So, based on the option, the one that best preserves confidentiality is option B, the two-factor authentication. So, two-factor authentication will require a password and an OTP, or biometric authentication. So it won't just allow one form of authentication. It will be a password and something else. That's why it's called two-factor authentication. Question 10. A system crash causes a company to lose access to payroll data for 12 hours. What was compromised? A. Integrity. B. Confidentiality. C. Non-repudiation. D. Availability. Now, if we look at this question, it relates to the CIA triad: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. And these are the core principles of information security. Looking at option A, integrity would only be compromised if the data was altered or tampered with. But the question says the company lost access to that payroll data. Confidentiality will be compromised if unauthorized users gained access to the data. Non-repudiation refers to ensuring that a party cannot deny the authenticity of their actions, and this is often linked to digital signatures or login. Availability is compromised when data or systems are not accessible when needed. In this case, the payroll data was unavailable for 12 hours. So our answer here is option D, availability. Question 11. Which of the following best practices ensures data availability during a disaster? A. Full disk encryption. B. Load balancer. C. Offsite backups. D. Packet filtering. Full disk encryption ensures confidentiality but not availability. So full disk encryption protects data from unauthorized access. It doesn't relate to the question. A load balancer helps to distribute traffic and reduce overload, but it is more about performance and uptime under normal conditions and not long-term disaster recovery. Offsite backups ensures that if the primary location is compromised, data can still be recovered from another location, thereby maintaining availability. While packet filtering is a function of firewalls, and it is mostly related to network security and traffic control, but it doesn't ensure data availability. So the option here that best ensures data availability during a disaster is option C, offsite backups. Data availability, if we remember, ensures that data is accessible when needed, especially during disasters like system failures, natural events, or cyber attacks. Question 12. Which CIA principle is most affected by a ransomware attack that encrypts user files? A. Availability. B. Confidentiality. C. Integrity. D. Accountability. Now, what is a ransomware attack? A ransomware attack encrypts user files, making them inaccessible until a ransom is paid. This directly impacts the availability of the data. So based on the options we have, we'll be going with option A, availability. So the ransomware prevents authorized users from accessing their files, and this is a clear violation of the availability principle. Question 13. EverlastCyber uses digital certificates to verify the origin of emails. Which principle does this enforce? A. Confidentiality. B. Availability. C. Integrity. D. Non-repudiation. Digital certificates are part of a public key infrastructure system that is used to verify the identity of the sender, and it also ensures the message's authenticity. If we look at the options we have, it wouldn't be confidentiality, it wouldn't be availability, and it wouldn't be integrity. Looking back at the question, EverlastCyber uses digital certificates to verify the origin of emails. So that should give us an idea of what the answer should be. Digital certificates ensures that the sender of an email cannot deny having sent it. So based on the options, that will be option D. This is the core of non-repudiation, where the sender of an email cannot deny having sent it. So that's our answer there. Question 14. What type of control prevents unauthorized reading of confidential files? A. Error detection. B. Access control lists. C. Mirroring. D. Transaction log. Error detection ensures data integrity by identifying corrupt data, but it doesn't prevent unauthorized access. An access control list is a security mechanism that defines which user or systems can access certain resources and what operations they can perform as well. This is used to prevent unauthorized reading or writing of confidential files. Mirroring is a term used for data redundancy. That means copying data to another drive, and this ensures availability but not confidentiality. A transaction log tracks changes for recovery and auditing, but it doesn't prevent unauthorized access. So, the type of control that prevents unauthorized reading of confidential files will be option B, an access control list. Question 15. Which of the following would most likely be used to ensure data was not modified during storage? A. Firewall. B. Antivirus. C. Hashing. D. Clustering. Firewalls protect against unauthorized access to a network, but it doesn't protect data integrity. Antivirus detects and removes malicious software, but it doesn't confirm whether data has been modified. Hashing generates a fixed length digest from data, so if the data changes, the hash value will change too. This is commonly used to verify that the data has not been altered, and this ensures integrity during storage or transmission. Clustering refers to combining computers for high availability or load balancing, but it doesn't verify data integrity. So our answer here is option C. Question 16. Which CIA principle would a system administrator prioritize by setting up a high availability cluster? A. Confidentiality. B. Integrity. C. Availability. D. Resilience. Setting up a high availability cluster ensures that services remain continuously accessible even if one of the components fail. This directly supports the availability aspect of the CIA triad. So our answer here would be option C. Question 17. What is the best example of a violation of data confidentiality? A. An unauthorized change to a config file. B. Corrupted log files. C. A server outage due to power loss. D. An internal employee copying client's data without permission. Going back to confidentiality in the CIA triad, it refers to protecting sensitive information from unauthorized access or disclosure. When an internal employee copies client's data without permission, it is a clear breach of confidentiality, even if the person had access to the system. So unauthorized use or sharing still counts as a violation. Our answer here is option D, but I will also explain options A, B, and C. Unauthorized change to a config file violates integrity but not confidentiality. Corrupted log files is also an integrity issue. Server outage due to power loss relates to availability but not confidentiality. So that's why we're going with option D. So the internal employee copying client's data without permission is a clear breach of confidentiality. Question 18. Which of the following protects both confidentiality and integrity during file transfer? A. FTP, B. Telnet, C. HTTPS, D. Ping. File transfer protocol transmits data in plain text and it offers no form of encryption, so neither confidentiality nor integrity is protected. Telnet is also unencrypted and it is used mainly for remote logging. However, it exposes all transmitted data. HTTPS, Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure, encrypts data during transmission using SSL/TLS protocols, and this ensures confidentiality by ensuring that the data is unreadable to eavesdroppers, and it also ensures integrity, which means that any alteration to data during transfer can be detected. Ping is used for checking network connectivity, but it does not transfer files or provides any form of security. So our answer here is option C. Question 19. What type of test confirms the availability of critical systems during a failover event? A. Penetration test. B. Integrity check. C. Disaster recovery test. D. Vulnerability scan. A penetration test assesses security weaknesses by simulating attacks but not system availability. An integrity check verifies that data has not been tampered with, so it focuses on data integrity but not system availability. Disaster recovery tests are designed to verify the availability and functionality of critical systems during failover events or disasters. So they simulate real-world disruptions to ensure that systems can recover properly and remain available. Some types of disaster recovery tests includes failover tests, backup restoration, and alternate site activation. A vulnerability scan identifies known vulnerabilities in systems or softwares, but it doesn't test failover or availability. So our answer here is option C, disaster recovery tests. Question 20. Which CIA principle is violated when unauthorized users alter audit logs to hide their actions? A. Integrity. B. Availability. C. Confidentiality. D. Accountability. For this, our answer is option A. Integrity ensures that data, including audit logs, is accurate, complete, and unaltered by unauthorized parties. So when unauthorized users alter their logs to hide their activities, they are violating the integrity of that data. So that's why our answer is option A. This brings us to the end of the practice questions for the CIA Triad aspect of information security. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, and also hit the subscribe button so you'll be notified when our next informative video will be dropping. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.